So, Ogadinma. 1. It was the early 80s, around the time a group of senior army officers overthrew the democratically elected government, when Austrian lace and ashoke were trendy, and church services were fashion shows, an endless, shameless carnival of women in colorful blouses, blended with expensive ichafu, which they tied in layers and pleats until the scarves were piled atop their heads like large plants, obstructing the view of everyone seated behind them. Everyone looked forward to Sundays, to going to church. Those who could not afford these processions snuck in very early for the children's service, because that was the graceful thing to do, to worship with the children in their simple clothes of cheap blouses over Nigerian wask, and okrika shoes whose heels had worn out and made koi 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 sounds on the tiled floor. It was on a Monday, after one of those Sundays, that Ogadinma walked into Barrister Chima's office for the first time. The room was empty. The fan whirled, scattering the papers on the cluttered desk. They floated to the floor, slid under the table, under the chair, by the door, and by her feet. She wondered if it would be awkward to walk in uninvited and pick them up. She knocked again, louder this time. "Hello," she called out, her voice echoing. There was a click of heels. A girl emerged from the connecting door, her blue skirt so short she would not be comfortable if she were to bend over to get the papers. The name tag, pinned to her white blouse, said she was Amara. "What do you want?" she asked, her gaze piercing. "Your papers," Ogadinma pointed to the floor, but Amara wrinkled her nose, ignoring the scattered sheets, arching an eyebrow. "I am looking for Barrister Chima," Ogadinma said, bringing out the business card her father gave her, holding it up for Amara to see. "Come in," Amara said, waving her into the waiting room, and only after Ogadinma had gone in did Amara crouch carefully, not bend, because she could never bend without exposing her underwear, to pick up the scattered papers. When her father described the address, Ogadinma had expected a proper workplace, or at least a hall split into cubicles. She had never been in a barrister's office and so did not know what the place would look like. But this was anything but an office. It was a typical 2 or 3 bedroom flat, the same model many houses around the area replicated. Without being told, she knew that the waiting room was originally designed to be a parlor, that the connecting door led to Barrister Chima's office, which most likely had a master toilet. A small TV, half the size of her family's Philips black and white TV, was locked away in a metal cage knocked into the wall. She resisted the urge to laugh, because who on God's earth would want anything to do with that toy?